Hello book besties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ash and you are watching Smoke Shelves. Welcome back to another vlog. Welcome back to another vlog where I started very late in the time where I probably should have been vlogging. I do have some clips of me doing things in the past week since the last vlog ended. What have I done in the last week? I don't even know. I honestly don't know anymore, but I do have some updates today on just general things. A little bit of reading things, but not really. The first kind of update reading wise, my wrap-up has been out for a very long time at this point. So you will have already learned if you watched that. I will link it right up here if you haven't, but if you've already watched it, then you know that I have read Fence volumes 1 through 4, so the 4 that are out, all on like pretty much the last night of February. I think it was like the 27th or 28th. I just had a moment where I was like, I just want to binge some comic series. Which one can I do? That was the one I had available to me. So I did that. It was fun. I gave them all 4 stars. I really wish they were a little bit longer in each like edition. What is it called? Each volume. There we go. In each volume. I also just wish we got more development between our Seiji and Nicholas, because it feels very, you ask me, right? But I just want to know, I just want to see them grow to be friends, because they're getting there. You can tell they're getting there. Sort of. I wish we had more from them. I'm excited to get volume 5. Yeah, those were all 4 stars. Like I said on that one in the wrap up, I don't have many thoughts on it because I kind of just flew through them. I enjoyed myself as much as you can. I do like the art style a lot actually in this series. I'm not always the biggest fan on art style, but I'm not usually picky either. But I really did like this art style. So that was really a plus for me. And it makes me want to actually finally read The Captive Prince, because if that is the vibes from this one, I'm excited for the vibes for that one. Obviously, they're very different stories, but still. Those are all from many, many days ago at this point. And I haven't done any reading since. It is now March 5th, like I said. And I have not had the time to read. It's been really hectic with school. I have been so busy with like coursework. Things are due soon. I just not had the chance to read. I have potential ideas on what I want to read next. Honestly, and this will update on what I did today. My friend and I went on a hunt for a very specific edition of a book. Yep. So we did that today. It took all day, but I really wanted this edition because why not? Also, £2 off. I don't know why. It's a brand new book, but I got lucky and it was £2 off. So it was like $14.99 or $16.99 instead of $18.99. I actually don't know, but it looks so good. Like if you have never seen anything about it before, there's art. I don't know if it's the same art as the art in the self-published version, but I do love this art. And maybe I will get the self-published version eventually if I really love it, but I had to get myself this edition if I could. And basically we went to the Princess Street location. They didn't have any. They just had the regular ones. We're like, okay, let's see if we can go to one of the other locations and get a like special edition or Waterstones edition with the edges. We first went to one up in like Leith. I got their last edition that they had like this with this edges, and my friend was like, oof. And I was like, no, we need to get you one because I am the one that put you on this quest with me. I was like, we need to do this. I showed them the edition online. I was like, we need to do this. And so we're like, all right, let's do it. We were talking to the worker, the bookseller at the Leith location, and he was like, there might be one at this other location. Check and see if you can do like click and collect or whatever. We can order one for you here And my friend was like, all right, I did it online, let's try it. He goes, that should be it. And we went to go pick it up there, and they're like, you got so lucky, you got the last editions. We both got the last editions that they had in stock. I think they have more coming in soon, but also it didn't seem like it. So yeah, I got this. I will definitely want to read this ASAP to just justify purchasing another book that I don't have space for. Oops, sorry me. But not really, but yes, I just, one more time bask in the glory. And like, people, I don't know why you expected this to be gold. Like, it's very obviously this was going to be yellow, but I think it's the way like they did the sprayed edges style, like with this, I think people are expecting it to be more gold, but you could tell it was yellow. At least I could. So this is maybe my next read, hopefully. We'll see. But other than that, I don't have too many things to update on. I am actually going out tonight. We are celebrating a classmate's birthday, and then he wants to go clubbing, so that is the plan. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to update on. It's been a hectic week with schoolwork, like I said. I just thought I'd finally check in with y'all. Hopefully you'll get me one more time before this vlog is over. If not, I'm sorry y'all. Sorry for a short one. But maybe, fingers crossed, you'll get me when I hopefully start this soon enough. We'll see. But for now, I am gonna go. Hello. It is currently Wednesday the 9th of March, technically Thursday the 10th, because apparently I only do check-ins when it's past midnight. Regardless of that, I do have a few updates reading-wise since I've last checked in with you, since I don't think I had any updates reading-wise when I first checked it. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's been a weird month, we'll just put it that way. The first reading update that I have for you is the fact that I started and read The X Talk by Rachel and Solomon. I just released a video for my Animal Crossing readathon TBR, and I kept calling it the X list the entire time, like written, spoken. Do not ask me why that was what I was going with, it just was. And I was watching it back afterwards, like immediately afterward, and was like, did I just fully name a book wrong for 15 minutes unedited, and then like whatever many minutes it was edited? But what? I read that. I had a library loan off of Libby that was due, technically I think it's due tomorrow, but it was due in a few days from when I started it, and I didn't want to have to renew it. I'd already been waiting for it for a very long time, so I was like, you know what, let me just sit down, I'll read it. I will probably get through it really quickly because it's a romance and it looks like a short romance. And so yeah, I read that. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I had a few issues with it that were kind of minor, in the sense that, and they do kind of have this, at least she kind of has this very fourth wall moment, like breaking the fourth wall, where she mentions how they do make fun of these couple traits that they have a lot. Like they make fun of it within each other. But like there were 3 traits that I noticed about, not even traits, but like quirks in a sense, which was Dominic having a master's degree, which I mention all the time, Shay being a millennial, she mentions it so much, and or the age gap between them, which really isn't that many years. It's what, 5 years? Dominic is about my age, a little bit older. I turned 24 this year, so like yeah, it's an age gap, but also like if you're in the working world, you know. But they mention it all the time, and it's like, oh, you're not in my generation, you're a Gen Zer and I'm a millennial. It's like, if he's this age, and this came out last year, right? So if he's that age, he's also a millennial. Like, I don't know where you're getting that technically, right? So like, we're cuss people. So it's like, we have a lot of the same things that you had growing up. You're not that much older. I don't know. It just brought me like the vibes of like, you see those like joking things where like, what was it with that one time where like millennial and Gen Zers were fighting over on TikTok over what kind of jeans to wear? And it's like, bitch, I still wear both. Like, I have skinny jeans that I wore yesterday, and today I wore very wide leg pants. it does not matter. It is not that deep. She gave me those vibes. Like, she would argue on TikTok. So random, but like, that was something that like just irritated me a little bit. It irked me. I wouldn't really say went this far to irritate me, but it irked me. But overall, Dominic and Shay were very cute together. I did appreciate the relationship. I did really enjoy them. I really appreciate how Rachel and Solomon writes very non-religious Jewish upbringings, because that's basically really the type of religious upbringing I had. Like, you kind of see it often, but I have a very, very Jewish necklace. I got like a Star of David and stuff like that, and like, this is as Jewish as it gets. I consider myself atheist. I was brought up very, very non-religious. I still celebrate a lot of the holidays because to me being Jewish is a cultural thing too, but regardless, Shay has a lot of that type of same mentality where she grew up very non-religious and just, you know, practices things probably culturally, but like doesn't go to temple and just things like that. So it's just rep that you don't get to see often. Like, I don't know, Jewish rep is still not that prevalent in the world, especially in books and stuff. So it's nice to go on my way sometimes to read those types of main characters. And I know, like, I'm pretty sure all of Solomon's main characters are Jewish in some way, and then the love interests are an array of other ethnicities and different cultures. But I did appreciate that. And like I said, Dominic is a cutie, Shay's a cutie. I like them. I do like the concept. I wish they gave more acknowledgement or consequence towards their boss, who was super sexist and kind of racist based on a couple of lines that one of the characters threw off. Very like microaggressive at least. And they kind of they're like, oh, he's fired. I'm like, will he ever learn from his mistakes? Are we just doing this because, like, you know, that's the thing you should be doing? Which, like, don't disagree, but yeah, I just wish a little bit more acknowledgement was there, because Dominic would side with Shay, but he would never actively do anything to stop that culture from occurring, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's things like that that brought me down from 5 stars to 4 stars, because I really did like the concept, and I really do like Shay and Dominic, and I thought they were cute together. Would I call it a rivals enemy situation? Not really. It didn't last that long. It maybe lasted like the first 20%. Like, I guess it was rivals, but they got over that shit real quick as soon as they started working together. Overall, it wasn't bad. I'll put it that way. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. It was quick. It was fun. It was cute. I love romances. I'm gonna keep reading from Rachel and Solomon, and yeah, I don't know what I will read next. I have some ideas on what I potentially could go out there and read, but this is my second work from them. I'm tempted with Weather Girl, since I've been seeing that around since it's their newest release. I'm tempted for that. I'm tempted to go back and read Today, Tonight, Tomorrow. I don't know if that's the right term, but this cover, because I know they released a companion or a sequel and it looks really good, and I know that one is See You Tomorrow. I don't know. I like their work. I will continue to pick them up as I see fit. 4 stars. Bada bang, bada boom. That's the first book down, and the first book crossed off of my Animal Crossing TBR. So that's also a plus. Oh, that cracked so nicely. Oh, I hope that got caught off camera because I'm keeping that in. That's just the perks of having back pain, is that it cracks so nicely. The next thing that I've started, and I'm just about halfway through right now, is The Roommate Risk by Talia Hibbert. I am listening to it, not loving it. I don't want to be mean, because I did just love the Brown Sisters trilogy, like, a lot, but this is not it right now, for me at least. I don't know if it's the narrator, because every time the narrator goes from a British monologue, like internal monologue, to Rose Indian accent, it throws me off every time, and then I just can't pay attention because I'm like, why does he sound so weird? Because it just doesn't sound the best. It's an experience. Let me just say, if you're gonna pick this up, I suggest not picking it up as an audiobook. That might be my mistake. I might like it and appreciate it more if it was an ebook or just like a physical copy. The audiobook? And also, like, I'm not one to say romance needs to have a lot of plot, but I don't even understand what is going on in this book right now. Like, is anything happening? Or are they just hooking up with each other every other chapter? That's the real question. Because that's what it feels like right now. They gamble with each other, they hook up, they get flustered, and not regret their choices, but then also like pine over each other. they gamble with each other, they hook up. I think you see the pattern. Has anyone else who has read this feel this way? Or am I just like not understanding the point of the book? Because I really am not understanding the point of the book. Like, it is almost 8-hour audiobook. And I feel like nothing has happened past Jasmine's apartment getting flooded. That's like the only action that has happened. The rest of it has just been flashbacks about how Rahul loves Jasmine and how they cannot hook up. And then present day, how they cannot hook up, but they both like each other, but they both try to hook up. Friends, if you've read this, does it get better? I mean, I'm gonna be done with this before this vlog goes out, so I'll know if it gets better. But I'm so confused. I'll come back with you with an update whenever I finish that, which will probably be tomorrow. Because like I said, I'm like halfway through and it's maybe 3.5 hours left of an audiobook. You know, I did listen to it on double speed, so a couple hours of listening. That's usually enough time for when I get ready. By the time I get to school, that's like about that. So maybe I'll be done with it before I even get to school tomorrow. But either way, I will update when I'm done with that. Right now it's sitting like a 2-star, 3-star. I've seen some mixed reviews on the breakup action section of it, so that is really gonna either keep it at like a very low 3-star or like bump it down to a 2, you know? It's disappointing. Disappointing for sure. Yeah. Whoa. Okay, boys. And it's telling me that I need to stop talking about books at 2:30 in the morning, 3 in the morning, something like that. But regardless, those are the books, those are the updates. Let's chat personal things. I don't have too many updates. Actually, do I have any updates? I guess I kind of do. I mean, I finished 30 Rock, which I think, did I say that if I was close to finishing it during this vlog? I don't know if I've been updating it, but I have been watching 30 Rock. I feel like I've said that already. But I've been watching it. I just finished the last episode, like literally 10 minutes ago. And I liked it, you know, it was a good show. Every episode got a couple good laughs out of me. Very 2010s humor. I don't know how much some of it holds up to this day or like how much they would make these jokes, but it wasn't bad. On like my ranking of sitcoms, like where things would go, I would probably put like Parks first. I love Parks. And then like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, great show. And then like Good Place, I really like that one. Community below that. Oh, do I count animated shows? Cause I watch like Rick and Morty, stuff like that. I'm not counting those. I'm counting live action. And then I'd probably put 30 Rock, then The Office. I know that's an unpopular opinion. I really didn't like The Office. But I watched it all. I watched all whatever 8 seasons there is. I enjoyed it until Pam and Jim got together. And then maybe a little bit after that. And then it just got so ridiculous. I just never liked Michael. I never did. The Office is not my favorite. Have I seen anything else that like would count? Because I just finished Community like very recently too. I think I finished that in January. I binged through that really. I actually watched that very fast. 30 Rock, I'd started and then kind of forgot about it for a little while and went back to it. I got halfway through it. So that's finished. Have I seen any other sitcoms? If I have, I'll like edit in. I'll put like editing me coming in with any profound thoughts on my sitcom ranking. But as of right now, that's where I'm about with it. Yeah. I'll take that. I think that's not a bad ranking at all. I'm not sure what I'm gonna watch next. I usually like to watch like a TV show, like a sitcom length, 20-minute type episodes when I am watching dinner. When I am eating dinner, and it's like when I watch to have something to do that's not studying. Yes, I usually watch like a couple episodes when I'm eating dinner. It just keeps me going with something that's not reading, not schoolwork. But I was thinking, technically I still have Voltron Legendary Defender to watch, but I don't think I'm willing to put myself through the rest of that just yet because I am here the ending is not good. And I'm like halfway through that show. That's also one that I kind of started and then forgot about. But that's been way longer. That's been like a couple of years since I watched the first few seasons. I kind of just binged the first few seasons very quickly in one night, not fully knowing what I was getting myself into, not gonna lie. But I am a Clarence fan and I know that's not a thing that happens in the end. So that's an option. The other option is I go back and watch through Dance Academy because I loved that show growing up so much, and then they took it off of Netflix US and Netflix UK doesn't have it, but apparently Netflix Australia does. Do I watch it? That is the real question. Maybe. Other two options I think are the new season of Rick and Morty, which might be the first thing I do. And then the newest season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine / like the last season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I think it's on Hulu. And I should be good to access that because that's how I watch 30 Rock. Same thing with Rick and Morty. So like, we'll see. I have some options. If you have input, let me know. I have thoughts. I'm not sure where I want to go with like the vibes because Dance Academy is so dramatic for what reason. Don't know. But it's so dramatic in the best way. And then Rick and Morty is its own thing. And then Brooklyn Nine-Nine is just another comedy that I love. And yeah, Voltron is a whole other set of vibes. I've been talking for long enough. That's pretty much everything. I will check in maybe once more before this vlog is closed out. Yeah, I think once more. Once I finish the roommate risk, I will check back in with you. It is Saturday the 13th? 12th? Saturday. It is Saturday. And I have the like teensiest bit of reading updates before I close out this vlog. First being that I finished the roommate risk. I updated a few days ago at this point that I was halfway through. I've now finished it. I gave it 2 stars, which was unexpected, very unexpected, but I gave it 2 stars. And let me explain my reasoning because some of it is just pure disappointment. Basically, I don't know if it was like an audiobook situation, but do not listen to this on an audiobook. It was an experience. I think I mentioned it in the last check-in a little bit, but it was truly an experience and not a good one. The narrator made all of the sex scenes so uncomfortable. It was so bad. I don't know, I just didn't like the narrator, like at all. It was something. I don't know why it was a guy, per se. I mean, I don't know if it was a budget thing. The book was dual PV. I really wish that the audiobook had 2 narrators, but it didn't. And I don't know, it was really something. Those sex scenes were so bad. Oh, it was But beyond that, I really did not like Jazz, like at all. Rahul, he's fine, I guess. Jazz pushed my buttons. I don't know, I think she was just a little too... I don't even have words for her. I didn't like it. That's all I can say. It was really, really disappointing. After loving the Brown Sisters trilogy, I'm so disappointed that this is one of my most disappointing reads of the year so far, and like lowest reads of the year so far. I was really expecting more out of it. I don't know if it was like a setup in the plot. It felt like nothing happened. And like the setup with the flashbacks and the now did not like that. I don't know why we were going through the flashbacks when we were. It was kind of like we had a flashback of her in the prologue being a kid with the mom being like a bad mom. And that was my first like, what is going on here? But then afterwards we had like the flashback when it showed they like started gambling with each other, like making bets, which I guess the original book title was Wanna Bet. So I guess it makes sense, but don't change your title, right? Like, oh, I have so many mixed thoughts on it. And it was just not it. I like cannot explain it beyond I hated the conflict. I hated that it was so obvious where I was going to go with Jazz. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. That's bottom line. I really have no way to explain why I didn't like it. Oh, I'm so sad. I'm so sad that my like next Talia Hibbert endeavor after the sisters was this situation. I'm so sad. I have the Princess Strap, which I think is like technically in the same series as this one. According to Storygraph, they're in the same series. I didn't realize that. They're not like, you know, they're companions, but maybe I'll read that next. I gotta check the narrator if that's the case, but I think my thoughts in my last check-in were a lot more coherent. I mean, now it's been like a day or two and I've slept on it and I'm just like, I'm still just shocked with how downhill it went from like, even from that last point. Oh, it's so sad. Enough of that. I have one more check-in, and that is for the novella, for the second novella in the Shadow Me series, Fracture Me by Tahira Mafi. This one isn't a surprise that I gave it 2 stars as well. I'm sorry, I'm having a bad reading month, friends. Is it a shock that I gave it 2 stars? No. Am I still sad that I gave it 2 stars? Yes, because like I really want this series to be redeemed at some point. No. I know I'm going to be just finishing out the main trilogy. So done after the next one, because I have that in the library hold and I need to go pick that up at some point. But I have that as a library hold already. I'm gonna finish that one and then I'm really gonna call it a day. I don't I don't know when or if I will ever go on to the like second set of trilogy. I guess now that one's even longer than trilogy 2, but like that second set that is currently still being published somehow. This one was Adam's POV, and he was like kind of okay in my mind until like the last 20 pages. So like 2/3 of the ebook anyways, but he was okay. And then we had the James situation. It just, I don't know, he doesn't treat his brother that well. Like, I know he like went all out for his brother at the end, but he was not treating him well at the beginning of the book. And then with the whole Juliet thing, I don't know. The writing in this one, because you've heard me say how I hate the writing in this one was okay. It was a little bit closer to Juliet's way of thinking, so I was a little like, ugh. Because I don't know why, but Warner has the least flowery language in terms of like the way she writes it for the series. So he was the most enjoyable one. I think I gave his like a 3-star. All the other ones have been like 2 stars. I don't know, like I want to learn more about the world, and when I do learn more about the world, I hate the way she presents it. It's just not it. Friends, it has been a weird reading month. I don't know what the hell I'm reading next, in all honesty. I have the library hold, but I'm like, ooh, do I really want to be doing that right now? Just yet? No. But I think I will pick it up regardless, but I also just want to be done. But also I'm like, you know? Anyways, that's everything. I really hope it's not like I'm gonna keep writing things very low, but I'm a little worried. I have some books here that I will be reading soon for different videos that should give me the good vibes. Right now, I'm not doing a great job picking out things. Lovely. Anyways, I actually really should go. I have to edit this vlog. I got a lot of work to do. I have a paper to write. I got things to do. So I'm gonna get going. I really don't have any personal updates. I'm just going tomorrow to go clothes shopping for my job. I just need to get stuff for my uniform. That's literally like the only update I have. It's just been a hectic week here doing schoolwork. Yeah, time for me to go. If you like this video, please give this video a big fat like down below. Comment down below if you have read any of the books that I read, what you've thought about them. Do you like the Shadow Me series? I know it's pretty hit or miss, but it's like generally beloved. How is it still being published today? That's what I want to know. Like for early 2010 YA's dystopian series to still be getting published, like that's a good feat on her side. Like go off to Tahara Mafi. But also like, why? I don't get it. Just let me know if you've read any of these things. With Tahara Mafi specifically, oh I guess with both of them, are there any ones of their writing that you think I would actually enjoy that isn't so, you know, especially Tahara Mafi? Because I was thinking of reading this Woven Kingdom, but I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it now that I don't know how I feel about her writing. And I know she has some contemporaries, but I'm also like, and then for Talia Hibbert, which of hers do you think I will like the most if I read it after really enjoying the Brown Sisters, like which have more of those vibes, I guess, or just don't have that narrator? If I'm listening to audiobooks, will I like the Princess Trap? Let me know all these things down below if you know or have an idea. And then finally, if you like my content and you like me, please consider subscribing. It would mean the absolute world to me if you did. I really hope you choose to stick around, and yeah, I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.